So now some more formula, more equation in this kinematic. So this is known as the equation of motion. Today we will derive some equations related to motion. So let's start that equation of motion. This is actually the equation of motion of a body moving with constant acceleration. So the equation of motion is actually the equations of a body moving with constant acceleration. So we have three equations of motion. So we have in general three equations of motion. First one is V is equivalent to U plus AT, and second is S is equivalent to UT plus half UT square, and third is V square minus U square, or V square is equivalent to U square plus 2AS, where U is initial velocity, V is final velocity, A is acceleration, T is total time of motion, or any specific time. You don't write total time of motion. And S is the displacement. I think all parameters have been covered. So U, V, acceleration A, time T, and that the displacement is okay. Okay, so we have to derive these three equations of motion. So we will start from the first one. So the derivation. First equation of motion. First equation of motion of a body to get velocity of a body after time. So this is that time scale. So start on this. Along x-axis one-dimensional motion. So we are considering one-dimensional motion. So just conventionally it is taken along x-axis. So this is that point where that initial velocity is u, and after time t, the final velocity, this becomes v, and that body is moving with constant velocity, constant acceleration. So body, this is equation of motion of body to get velocity of body after time t, which is moving with constant acceleration. So every time we will take this acceleration as a constant, that body is moving with constant acceleration. So, and we have to calculate the velocity, displacement, and other certain parameters. So this is initial velocity is taken as u. After time t, its velocity becomes v. Then we have to formulate the relation between these parameters. So it's very simple. So let us define that average acceleration. The average acceleration. It is defined as formulated as acceleration is equal to change in velocity by total time or change in time interval. So this is equal to change in velocity is final velocity is v, initial velocity is u, so the change in velocity will be v minus u. The difference in velocity, so initial velocity is u and final velocity is v, so the change in velocity will be v minus u upon t minus 0. So initially means that time t is equal to 0. We are starting the measurement from that particular time. So we, in general, the initial time is taken as 0, and after time t, its velocity becomes a v. So this t minus 0. So what formula we are using here? That we have this a is equivalent to v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. We are using this. So that v2 minus v1 and upon t2 minus t1. So t2 is t here and t1 is initial, that is 0, and v2 the final velocity is v and the initial velocity is u. So this a is equivalent to v minus u by t. This implies at it is equal to v minus u, and this is equal to v is equivalent to u plus at. So this is that initial velocity u and final velocity is v after time t. So the first equation, that is v is equivalent to u plus at. Here by using this equation we can calculate the final velocity if the initial velocity is given, time is given, and acceleration is constant forever. Okay, so v is equivalent to u plus at. So this is the relation having 4 variables v, u, and a and t. Now the second equation of motion, to get, in spite of velocity, this is to get displacement of bodies after time t, which is moving with constant acceleration. So first equation is used to calculate the velocity after time t, and second is used to calculate the displacement after time t. So we will take the formula, we will use the formula for average velocity. Since average velocity, v average, it is equal to displacement upon time. Average velocity is the displacement upon time, and we are taking that displacement as s. So v average, it is equal to s by t, or s, it is equal to v average multiplied by t, where v average. So we have another way to calculate the average, that is u plus v by 2. So initial velocity is u, final velocity is v. So if you want to get the average of this, then just we will add this and divide it by 2. So v average is equivalent to u plus v by 2. So this s, this implies displacement s is equivalent to u plus v by 2 multiplied by t. Now from first equation of motion, we have v is equivalent to u plus at. We will put this v here, so that displacement, it is equivalent to u plus, this is u plus at by 2 multiplied by t. So by solving this, this is 2u multiplied by t divided by 2. So this is equal to ut plus half at square. So the second equation is second equation of motion. This is that the displacement, it is equal to ut plus half at square. So this is the relation between displacement, initial velocity, acceleration and time. Again 4 variables here. So out of these 4 variables, if 3 variables are given, you can calculate the fourth one. So this is the measurement of displacement after time t, when initial velocity and the time is given. So the next equation, that is the equation number 3. So the equation of motion of a body to get velocity of a body after at a particular position. At a particular position. So when a body is moving with constant acceleration and want to calculate the final velocity of a body at a particular position. So first equation is to get that velocity after a particular time. So it's after a particular, covering a particular position, covering a particular distance. So again we can use the same. So this, since the average velocity is v average is this, and that is that s is equal to, that the displacement s is equal to u plus v by 2 multiplied by t, or u plus v, it is equal to 2s by t. This is one relation. And second, from first equation, of motion, we have v is equal to u plus at. This implies v minus u is equal to at. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now let's multiply these two, equation 1 and equation 2. We will get the third equation. By multiplying equation 1 and 2. So what we have, this v plus u is equal to, that is v plus u multiplied by v minus u. So here that is u plus v and v plus u, something. So v minus u, it is equal to 2s by t multiplied by at. So in order to derive this third equation of motion, which is actually the equation to get velocity after a particular covering a particular distance. So first we will define this average velocity, which is a distance upon time, and this displacement upon time. And displacement we are representing s here. So this s is equivalent to v average multiplied by t, but this v average can be formulated as u plus v or v plus u by 2, just averaging after those divide. So s is equivalent to this. So first we will solve this for v plus u. So this u plus v or v plus u is equivalent to 2s by t. Second, we are using the first equation of motion. So this first equation of motion, v is equivalent to u plus at, and we are solving this for v minus u is equivalent to at. Now we are multiplying the equation number 1 and equation number 2 and getting this. So this is v plus u multiplied by v minus u, the left hand side, and the right hand side is 2s by t multiplied by at. So this t will be cancelled out, and here this is equal to v square minus u square, it is equivalent to 2as. Okay, so this is now v square, it is equal to u square plus 2as. This is the third equation of motion. Okay, simple. So derivation is not difficult. Just using different definitions of either average velocity, average acceleration. So in the first equation we use that average, the definition of acceleration, average acceleration. and calculate it for v. Second, we take that displacement by using average velocity, and we put the v's from first equation of motion. Third, we are starting from the displacement with average velocity, and then again we are using that first equation and solving it for v minus u, and just by multiplying equation 1 and 2 we are getting that relation that v square is equal to u square plus 2. So these are three equations of motion, and one additional motion which is one additional equation which is also used to calculate the position, and in some books this is given as fourth equation of motion, but in general these three equations of motions are known as equation of motion. So now we will calculate total distance traveled in nth second or nth time. So the total distance covered, total displacement after nth second. So we start from second equation of motion. The displacement after time t is s, and let us represent it by as t. T is in subscript. So ht is equal to ut plus half at square. So this is ut plus half at square. This is the second equation, which is a relation between this acceleration time and initial velocity. So this is in the t. This is the total displacement after t second. हम यहाँ पर जो कैलकुलेट करने चाहिए टोटल डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड इन nth सेकंड, इसका क्या मतलब हो रहा है कि इफ वी हैव दिस इज दैट वन डायमेंशनल मोशन स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम हियर वेयर इनिशियल वेलोसिटी इज u, आफ्टर nth सेकंड दिस इज दैट डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड इज s1 या sn, दिस इज एट nth सेकंड. After n second, so this is after n second. This total distance traveled is sn, and before 1 second there will be one position which is n minus 1 second, means 16 second 15 second. तो 16 second में total distance कितना cover किया वो पहले calculate किए, उसके बाद 15 second में total distance कितना cover किया वो calculate किए, उसके बाद 16 second में जितना distance travel किया और उसको 15 second में जितना distance travel किया उसको हम माइनस कर देंगे, तो वो हो जाएगा 16th सेकंड. अंतर समझ में आ रहा है? टोटल 16 सेकंड, टोटल 15 सेकंड, और उसके बाद 16 लास्ट 1 सेकंड में, है ना, लास्ट 1 सेकंड में कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करता है ये कैलकुलेट करते हैं, उसको कहा जाता है दैट इज इन द nth सेकंड. 16th सेकंड मीन लास्ट 1 सेकंड. सो वी विल कैलकुलेट द टोटल डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल्ड इन n सेकंड, एंड वी विल आल्सो कैलकुलेट द टोटल डिस्प्लेसमेंट आफ्टर n minus 1 सेकंड, एक सेकंड कम. देन वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट दिस इन nth सेकंड, मीन्स लास्ट 1 सेकंड. So this so total displacement in n second, this is Sn, it is equal to u multiplied by n. In place of t we will use n second, 15 second 20 second, to that plus half a n square हो गया. So in n second the total displacement is u, in place of t we are putting n plus half a n square, and then n minus 1 second here. So total displacement in n minus minus 1 second, that s n minus 1 is equal to u n minus 1 plus half a n minus 1 square. So in the first case, at time t, this is the formula. In n second, we will replace this t by n, and in n minus 1 second, we will replace this t by n minus 1. So this is n minus 1, this is n minus 1. So the total distance traveled in the last second, in nth second. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. So the total distance covered or traveled in the last nth second that is Sn minus Sn minus 1. So just for this will be un plus half n square minus just un minus 1 plus half a n minus 1 square. Solve it. So this is un plus half a n square minus un minus u plus half a, this is n square minus 2n plus 1. We can expand it. So this is u plus a by 2, 2n minus 1. So this is used to calculate the distance covered in last 1 second of any motion. So nth second. So it is given as 16 second and 15 second, and 16 second you can calculate using this formula directly. So this is the fourth equation of motion, one can say. Chile, now second we have derivation, that is by using differential equation. So the method is 2. So we can differentiate, we can derive the same set of equations by using differential and integration. So the first one was for average velocity, and this equation is, one can say, for instantaneous velocity, because we are using integration and differentiation. So the first equation of motion. So first we will differentiate that phi is equal to u plus at. We have to derive this.
V is equal to u plus a.
The instantaneous acceleration is defined as a, it is equal to d phi by dt. One can solve this as d phi, it is equal to a multiplied by dt. So by integrating that d phi, it is equivalent to integration of a dt. So we are integrating just now. We have to write the limits of this integration. हमने integration कर लिया है, so we have to put the integration as a lower limit and upper limit. So here that initial velocity is that u, and the final velocity is v. So the lower limit of velocity is u and v, and the lower time is t is equivalent to 0. So initial velocity is taken as t is equivalent to 0, and the final time, that is t. So the limit is from 0 to t. So here this differential is with respect to phi. So the limit will be u to v. Initial velocity is v and final velocity is v. And second, that is from 0 to t. So this is equal to v from u to v, and this is equal to a multiplied by t from 0 to t. And now we will put this limit. So this is v minus u, it is equal to a t minus 0. We put lower limit and upper limit. So here first v, in place of v we will put v and minus u. So v minus u is equal to a, and the upper limit is t and lower limit is 0. So that is t minus 0. So this is equal to v, it is equal to u plus a. Chale, second equation is that is s is equal to ut plus half at square. So in the first equation we have taken that instantaneous acceleration. Here we will take that instantaneous velocity. So since instantaneous velocity, that v is equal to ds by dt. So after time t, this velocity is defined as, so this implies ds is equal to v multiplied by dt. This is equation first. From first equation of motion, that v is equal to u plus at. Put here. So this s, this implies ds is equal to u plus at by integrating that integration is from ds is equal to integration of u plus at with dt. Again we will put the limit. So here is the same. So here this s is equal to 0, and here this s is equal to s, the displacement is s. At time t is equal to 0. So initially at time t is equal to 0, that displacement is 0. Initial position is 0. And after time t, that displacement is s. So limit will be from 0 to s, and here from 0 to t. So this is s. ds का integration होगा, that is s. We have this formula x to the power n. So we are using this x to the power n dx, that is equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So if there is nothing, x is equal to 1 here, so obviously dx is equal to x. So that integration of dx, that is equal to x. So this is ds is s from the limit 0 to s. This is equal to that u will be 2t. Again the limit will be 0 to and plus at square by 2, because here t is there and t power is 1. So here that will be 1 plus 1 is 2. So this will be t square by 2, n plus 1. So n is 1. So that will be, the limit is from 0 to 2. Okay, now we'll substitute these limits. So this is equal to s minus 0. This is equal to u t minus 0 plus a t minus 0 square by 2. So lower limit is 0 and upper limit is t. So we will take that t minus 0 in place of t. So this is s is equal to ut plus, and here this is t square, so half a t square. Chale, so let's start with third one. So the equation number third. So third equation, that v square is equivalent to u square plus 2as. By differential method we will derive this equation. So we will start from the definition of instantaneous acceleration. So we start from the definition of instantaneous acceleration. So the first equation and third equation, during derivation we will start from the instantaneous acceleration. So this a, it is equivalent to dv by dt. And one can rearrange this equation as dv by ds multiplied by ds by dt. Check it. Simple manipulation. So this is dv by dt, and I am writing this as dv by ds dot ds by dt. So here this ds by dt, the differentiation of s with respect to time can be replaced by velocity. So one will have, this is dv by ds multiplied by v. Okay, now we will solve it for just this is a. So a ds, it is equivalent to v dv. Now we will integrate it. So by integrating, that integration of a ds, it is equal to integration of v dv. Again we will put the limits. So initial position is 0, because this is with respect to s, and this is with respect to velocity. So we will put the limits of displacement here, and we have to put the limits of velocity here. So here that initial displacement is 0 to final displacement s, and here this initial velocity is u to final velocity is v. So if we have this motion, and so here at s is equivalent to 0, its velocity, initial velocity is u, and when the total displacement is s, then the final velocity is v. So this will be from u to v, so this is u to v, and this is from 0 to s, so this is 0 to s. Now we will integrate this. So that will be a multiplied by s from 0 to s, it is equal to again this is v square by 2 from u to v. Again we will use the same formula, integration of x to the power n dx, it is equivalent to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Same formula. So here that power is here this power is 1. So we will have, this is v square by 2. Now we will put the limit. So this implies a s minus 0, it is equivalent to half, and this is v square minus lower limit is u square. So just replace this 2 in this side. So this is 2as, it is equivalent to v square minus u square, and this is now v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, so by using both methods, you can derive these three equations of motion, and fourth equation is similar to the previous one. We have to calculate the total distance traveled in n second and the total distance traveled in n minus 1 second, and just we have to subtract from equation 1 and 2. Okay, so I think this is more than sufficient for today's lectures. So do some practice to derive this. There is one more method, that is by using graphical representation. So